Let us begin with the 7th section of our video series. So far we have covered multiple stages of penetration testing, starting with information gathering, remote exploits, and further the post-exploitation process. Meterpreter is a very important concept, which we'll learn quite in detail in our previous 2 sections. Moving ahead, the next important part of metasploit is the auxiliary modules. There are different types of auxiliary modules available to us inside metasploit. Let us now take a look at the modular directory structure. Inside the modules directory, you can find the auxiliary folder which contains all the relevant auxiliary modules present in metasploit. If you go inside this directory, you will find several subdirectories, classified as per their type. You can see the admin auxiliary module, crawlers, DOS-based attacks, fuzzers, SQL injection, sniffers, scanners, and so on. So as you can see, there are several auxiliary modules available to us. We've seen the use of auxiliary modules in some of our videos. Let's now cover them in detail. We'll start with the scanner auxiliary module. Here we can see that we have a huge range of scanner auxiliary modules available to us. These modules are generally defined to perform specific tasks. Scanner auxiliary modules come into action when we want to scan a particular type of service or an application, for example, the MySQL modules. Here you can see that we have some MySQL-based scanner auxiliary modules that are designed for specific purposes. Let's now move to our backtrack prompt and use some of them. Now let's choose the MySQL login module. Now let's run show options. So here you can see that this module picks up a lot of information. The module is actually designed to first figure out whether our target is running MySQL or not. Based on the fingerprinting process, it further moves ahead to apply the brute force password guessing technique. Here you can see that we can pass on different files like the user pass file. This file can contain different passwords. Similarly, try the username, our hosts, specific passwords that we want to try, and so on. There's an interesting file with an interesting parameter called userpass_file, which can be a file containing users and passwords separated by space. So, just like we worked on exploit modules, we can set the parameter values here also. Let's suppose we give a text file name as userpass.txt, which contains usernames and passwords. Pressing enter will pass the parameter value. Let's also pass the rhost, which is a required value. Here, you can see that the rhost is a plural word. It means we can provide multiple IPs or a range of IPs. Using the run command, we can quickly execute this auxiliary module and analyze its results. So this was a quick demonstration of how we can use scanner auxiliary modules. Similarly, we can try out all the other auxiliary modules that are present. You can see that there are multiple fingerprinting modules available, such as the HTTP modules, MSSGL database modules, port scan modules, and so on.